Good morning and welcome. Welcome to our Soul Center meditation service. And for those of you who are seated in the sanctuary live here in person, and welcome to those of you who are streaming in live from around the globe. I'm Reverend Keith. We're getting ready to commune with the divine, which is what meditation is. No matter what its lineage, no matter what its practice, no matter what its intention, it is always communion with the divine. Even when we go into an unintentional meditation, maybe an exercise or walking, or we just get lost in the brilliance and the beauty of nature. There's a meditation taking place there, which means we're letting go of the temporal world and we're opening to the eternal frequencies. And as we choose to do it this morning, intentionally, I'm going to invite you to bring whatever intention you'd like to our practice. And I'm just going to offer a couple suggestions. One is that we're going to allow all the channels and all the meridians of our physical, emotional, and mental bodies to just be wide open to those eternal frequencies, that we can just go into the deepest states of relaxation. And that we're going to go ahead and intend that we're going to let this be the best, most profound, most delicious, most revelatory, most beautiful, most rejuvenating, illuminating experience ever. As we move through our meditation practice, as it grows, you'll find that it just gets better and better, deeper and higher all the time. So, and also that nothing is going to distract us. Nothing, no sounds or anything from the outer world, nothing from the inner world. We're just going to allow peace to reign supreme as we just relax. If you fall asleep, no worries. If you hear every word I say during the centering, wonderful. If you don't hear a word I say, no problem. Just do your best to just relax. Some meditation practices have you hold a particular mudra, just a hand position, whatever that may be for you. Some have you sit in a certain position. We have you just do it however feels right and good to you. All right, with that being said, I'm going to invite you, for those of you who are here, to just make sure that any cellular devices are either off or in meditation mode, also known as airplane mode. And for those of you streaming in, you might want to just put yours on Do Not Disturb. We are ready to begin, and I invite you to just, if you're going to do so, close your eyes as we begin. And as always, we begin by first giving ourselves permission to relax. Just saying to ourselves in our minds, I give myself permission to relax. As we invite, as we evoke, and as we allow the eternal, divine frequencies and energies to wash over us, and to rise up from within us. Peace, beauty, love, joy, harmony, and grace. I invite you to open into a benevolent state of availability and vulnerability. Vulnerable and available only to the divine. I invite you to bring your awareness to your heart center, the middle of your chest, and solely through intention and observation, no efforting, Just allowing our hearts to open, to breathe, to receive, and to expand. As you bring your awareness to your heart center, in the middle of the chest, some people feel a slight pressure giving way to ease and freedom. Some see a beautiful flower with its petals that begin to outstretch as the light of the sun shines upon it. Some just feel tingles. Some notice an effervescence of color that begins to grow. I invite you to imagine that these eternal divine energies are flooding into your heart center. Imagine a wave of light, luminosity washing down through your crown and into your heart, feeling our connection to the source of infinite brilliance, infinite goodness. And as the heart begins to flood and fill and expand with light, as luminosity, as weightlessness, you can feel a contagion of relaxation and rejuvenation radiating out. All the cells in the body illuminating with light. Tingles begin to overflow the heart center and cascade down through your solar plexus and midsection, softening, strengthening, illuminating your lower back and lower belly. Waves of angelic light, tingling into your hips as the root opens and expands. You can feel the energy flowing down through your hamstrings and thighs, softening and strengthening the muscles and bones and tissues. The cartilage in your knees, and tingles flowing down your shins and calves, into your feet. You can feel the energy of timelessness and spaciousness rising from your heart into your shoulders. All density evaporating as freedom expands. You can feel your arms tingling as the light floods into your hands. And as the energy makes its way into the back of your neck, softening the muscles, feeling nurtured and supported. begin to notice an aligning and a tuning as the inner eye begins to open. The imagination awakening to providence. Clarity flooding the mind's eye. Visions of truth, desire from the soul. You can feel the outer ears merging with the inner ear as distractions fade further and further into the background. And attuning to the still small voice. And your crown wide open as the surface mind aligns, converges, the higher mind. Knowing this, wisdom of the absolute truth. You can feel your emotional and mental bodies fully illuminated. And every cycle of breathing takes us deeper and higher into rejuvenation, revelation, and relaxation. And it is here that we rest, observe, expand in the divine. Notice the eternal energies flooding in your heart, and let your heart expand even more. going even deeper, expanding even higher. You may begin to notice a recalibration, a returning, expanding our capacities. We give it permission. Feel peace flowing through your physical, emotional, and mental bodies. Waves of tranquility, serenity, clarity, peace. Allow it down in your toes, your fingers, and your emotions and mind. I invite you to become aware of the expanding frequency of beauty flowing into all morsels and muscles of our being. Allow yourself to be overwhelmed with beauty. It allows us to be in awe of the magnificence, the beauty of life, and of the self. It is pure and humble. Allow it to expand. And I invite you to become aware of the eternal frequency of joy. Feel that energy in your mind, in your heart, in your feet. Joy that syncs and links with desire, desires of the soul, and the fulfillment in its highest accord. Harmony in every area of our lives. We allow these energies to fill us and ripple and roll into every dimension, situation, circumstance. The effortless nature of life force that is right now shining billions of stars, orbiting trillions of planets. Right now, life force is blowing the wind, breathing our breath, is floating the clouds that drop the rain. And take a moment in gratitude, knowing something only and always magnificent is seeking to rise and shine. For the eternal energies, the divine energies, only beget goodness. And as we return to the great truth, the great remembering, the primordial vibration of creation, we remember that which we call life, synonymous with God, the universe, Dios, Jehovah, Choda, Adonai, Allah, the One, the Creator. And each and every one of us, our true essence, our eternal being, formed and fashioned from the very light, the angelic resilience, resplendence. We allow ourselves right now to be overwhelmed and to ground the real reality, the true frequencies. Grateful to know that by relaxing, returning, communing, and allowing, that there is an expansion, that our human experience simply reflects the indwelling presence. I'm grateful to know that each and every one of us has everything we need to thrive, and we simply give it permission. We align with the divine design. We embrace it and allow our hearts to continue to vitalize in joy, in goodness. We claim it so, we allow it to be so. We proclaim it by saying, and so it is. Amen. And as we come back into a lucid state of divine awareness, sometimes people feel a little lightheaded when they come back from meditation. If you need a little balancing, maybe take opposite hand to opposite knee, or just push your feet into the ground. That just helps you ground and balance the energy. We're going to bring the lights up here in the sanctuary, and I just want to welcome you back. You're welcome to stay here and just chill if you want to. Same with Love Streamers. We're going to take a break. We're going to move into our music and message, our service, which is going to begin in about 6.5 minutes. So if you need to use the restroom, if you need to get a snack, we will take a pause and we will be right back.
Take me a minute to settle back. Good morning, Soul Center.
Good morning.
It is great to see you and be with you on this beautiful August morning. It is August.
Wow.
That is amazing. So happy to be with you this morning. My name is Jessica Susalik. I'm the co-founder of Soul Center OC. Thank you. With my mom, our angel in heaven, and with our incredible spiritual director, Reverend Keith Horwitz. We are so grateful to bring the message of Agape International Spiritual Center and Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith to Orange County, and with our volunteers and our board and our prayer chaplains and practitioners. This is a really beautiful community, so welcome this morning, both in person and online. Let's start with our declaration, please. It will come up on the screen and in your program. Let's say it with great enthusiasm this morning. There is one life, and that life is God. That life is perfect, and that life is my life now. I am here to receive the divine message for me. I am awake, I am tapped in, and I am transformed. Yes, you may be seated. We are so lucky to have our musical inspiration this morning, of course, the incredible Arnie Batson. Landed from New York City last night all the way to Orange County this morning. We are so grateful and blessed. And we have Patrick Vega with us this morning. Thank you, Patrick, for subbing in for our Jesse Godoy and Brian Sherrick, of course, on the keys. So it's going to be a wonderful morning this morning. Thank you for being here and watching online. We're so grateful. And here's Paulette with our announcements.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
First thing we want to do is make sure our cell phones are turned on silent mode so we don't get interrupted today. Today we have our Soul Center monthly visioning meditation with Reverend Keith. It'll be held after service today in the conference room at 12 noon. Love streamers can get the Zoom link at soulcenteroc.com. This gathering is open to anyone who would like to attend. The Sedona Retreat.
Wow.
is almost full, right? Or is it full now? It's
Getting close.
getting close. Almost. All right. Go to soulcenteroc.com to register for Reverend Keith's Fall Spiritual Retreat in Sedona this October for 2.5 days. In a luxurious house. You'll experience fun, meditation, rejuvenation, prayer, delicious healthy food, easy to moderate hikes to sacred vortexes, which sounds like fun to me. Please see Reverend Keith following service or email info@soulcenteroc.com to register yourself or gift this amazing experience to someone else. Yoga Nidra Sound Bath is coming up on August 17th. After service, it's at it's 1 p.m. though, right? Let me see. Yeah, at 1 p.m. This is a deeply immersive and transformative experience that guides you into profound state of relaxation and inner awareness. It uniquely combines the ancient practice of yogic sleep with rejuvenating vibrations of a sacred frequency sound bath. Go to soulcenteroc.com for more information and to register. You won't want to miss this inspirational experience. Our Almond Garden bookstore has restocked their popular card diffusers. Oh, I have one of those. They're amazing. Made in the USA, they have 8 milliliters of a fine scented essential oil blend in a beautiful glass holder with a wooden cap. Great for your own car or as a gift. And believe it or not, the holidays are coming. You can use it as a stocking stuffer. Visit soulcenteroc.com to view your Sunday service program or visit our welcome table to learn about our other ongoing events, such as Reverend Keith's Daily Affirmative Prayer, held Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 10 a.m. Pacific through August. In September, it'll include Saturdays. On Wednesdays, join our midweek meditation at 6:45 p.m. here in person or live streaming. Our small group soul circles meet at various times, and Param, right over here, one of our Agape spiritual licensed practitioners, is starting a new soul circle on Wednesdays at noon on Zoom. And that's every other Wednesday?
Yes.
Every other Wednesday. Second and fourth Wednesdays. So that's really nice for those of us who can't do those other times. On each first Sunday, our Soul Center Visioning, which is today, and we also have on our first Sunday individual, private, confidential prayer after service. And that's live streaming too, as well?
For the live
streamers.
Zoom room.
Okay, thank you. On second Sundays, join our snack potluck, and every fourth Sunday, our munch and mingle. Again, email info@soulcenteroc.com for information on all these events or visit our welcome table. Well, we're doing some fundraising.
Right.
Alex Abercrombie, a highly sought-after professional headshot and portrait photographer, is generously donating her services to raise money for Soul Center. She is offering a headshot day on Sunday, August 10th, that's next Sunday, from 12 to 4. For only a $50 donation, you get one flattering headshot with a chance to buy more. This is hugely discounted. And you know how much they usually cost.
Yes.
And Alex is donating all proceeds to Soul Center.
Yeah.
So secure your time slot at soulcenteroc.com, and there's only three spots left, you guys. So this is a great opportunity. So Soul Center thrives due to the dedication of our Seva volunteers. Seva is a Sanskrit word for selfless service. Connect with our spiritual community by volunteering and positively impact others by sharing your gifts of creating a welcoming and uplifting experience. It's a great way to meet everybody here at Soul Center too and make new friends.
Yes.
To get involved, visit soulcenteroc.com or ask someone wearing a volunteer lanyard. I saw Colleen come in. Show your lanyard, Colleen, so they can see you. Here we go.
Wow.
And now let's join our Soul Center house band and Arne.
Start spreading the news. I just need to say, every time I come here, I can see the growth. It's so apparent, and I was the signs. Please give them a hand. Please give them love. Signs all around. It's so sweet. And then I saw t-shirts. Y'all got merch. I'm telling you. So much love here. Okay, we're going to get into a song that I actually wrote with Ricky Byers. It's called Our Loving Will Change the World. I'll sing it for you first. This is how it goes. Love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love when it's hard to love. Love, our loving will change the world. You got it? You got it? Here we go. Love, 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 love everybody. Love, love, love when it's hard to love. Love, our loving will change the world. Sing it all together. Here we go. Sing, sing, sing all together. Sing, sing, sing when it's hard to sing. Sing, our singing will change the world. Share who you are. Share, share, share who you are. And share, share, share when it's hard to share. Share, our sharing will change the world. Care, Miles Joseph. Care, care, care for each other. Care, care, care for the ones who need. Care, our caring will change the world. Here's the part that I wrote. Find me here, singing for you, heart wide open for what we came to do. Wind in the trees, sing a melody true. Love everybody, let the love come through. Everybody sing, love, love, love everybody. Love, love, love when it's hard to love. Love, our loving will change the world. Our sharing will change. Our sharing will change the world. Our caring will change. Our caring will change the world. Oh, you sound so good. Our giving. Our living. Our singing. Our being. Oh, loving, our loving will change the world. Our loving will change the world. Oh, good morning. Good morning. You sound so good. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. There's more music. Give a hand to this wonderful band, please. Give a hand to this wonderful band.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Good morning. My name is Mary Jane Blackwell, and our selected reading is from The Pathway of Roses by Christian Larson. The understanding of truth reveals to the mind the divine perfection of all being, and the more spiritual this understanding is, the more clearly can the divinity of man be discerned. Spirituality illumines because to be spiritual is to live in the supreme light of the Spirit. In the Spirit there is no darkness. Therefore, in the Spirit all things can be seen as they are. And to see all things as they are is to see that all things are created in the likeness of God. The realization of the great truth that being is perfect, created in the image let me say this again. The realization of the great truth that being is perfect, created in the image and likeness of God, will cause this perfection in the person. Therefore, when the real truth of this statement is understood, the personal life will be a manifestation of the spiritual life, and all will be well in body, mind, and soul. To live the true spiritual life of complete emancipation and high spiritual attainment, it is necessary to love all things with pure, limitless love of the soul, but such a love cannot be realized so long as consciousness is personal only. Let us turn within and pray. I'm so very grateful for this day. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for this spiritual community. I'm grateful for Jessica and Patricia for their sacred yes. Grateful for Reverend Keith. Grateful for the band. I'm grateful for the children's community. I'm grateful for it all. This is a wonderful day. I'm grateful to be reminded that we are all beings of the one light. Omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, omniactive, omniamorous. The source of all life is who we each and everyone are. And as I speak a word of truth, blessing this community, blessing the music today, blessing Arlene and Patrick and Brian, blessing the children's community and Reverend Keith and the volunteers, each and every person that's here, all the love streamers. We are truly blessed. We are truly blessed. And I simply say, and so it is. Amen. Alrighty. Now it's time for our agape affirmations. You will find them in your program and coming up on the screen. Yes. I'll speak a line and then we'll all repeat them all together with sincerity and acceptance. Please rise. The greatness and fullness of God is my entire being.
The greatness and fullness of God is my entire being.
I am filled with absolute clarity, knowing truth always.
I am filled with absolute clarity, knowing truth always.
Ease, beauty, and joy divinely expressed in my experiences.
Ease, beauty, and joy divinely expressed in all my experiences.
I stay steeped in all good of God always.
I stay steeped in all good of God always.
Unwavering faith in wellness expresses as constant vitality in my body now.
Unwavering faith in wellness expresses as constant vitality in my body now.
Gratefully I know.
Gratefully I know.
And let it be so.
And let it be so.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. For those who would like to experience private individual prayer today, please come up here by the gong after service. There you will be directed to a licensed Soul Center practitioner or a chaplain, a licensed Soul Center chaplain. Wearing a shawl like this. Green ones and the blue ones. They will pray on your behalf in a safe and confidential atmosphere.
Today, our love streamers will also be able to go into the Zoom room for prayer after service.
Yes, nice. Yes. Okay.
Use it.
There will be days it. Right there by your side. Look at somebody. Say it. Right there by your side. Now look at somebody else. Right there by your side. Put your hand on your heart. Right there by your side. I will be right there by your side.
Arne Batson's in the house. Thank you for being here. We love you. And some of you may have noticed that the person normally known as Jesse has been replaced by Patrick today. And I believe you're here from Austria, yes?
It's complicated.
Okay. Well, I believe you live there most of the time.
Yes, sir.
But you're here for the summer, and we're grateful to have you here. We're grateful to have Brian on the keys, and I'm grateful to have all of you here. Welcome. Good morning, Soul Center.
Good morning.
Oh, okay. Some of you are having a good morning, and some of you are going to move into a good morning. Good morning, Soul Center. Good morning. Hey, a little better. Welcome. I'm Reverend Keith, and this is Soul Center. We are part of the Agape International Spiritual Center, which means we are here to grow and expand benevolently by having revelatory experiences of a divine nature, which means you are having a direct experience of the divine to, through, and as your beingness. You know, that sounds pretty simple, but, you know, sometimes there's some challenges that arise in life, and we have to apply principle and practice so that we can transcend into a greater human experience. You know, right now, in this very instant, there is a presence, an omnipresence, your omnipresence. You have within you the omnipresence of the divine, the eternal part of your beingness that has everything you need to thrive in goodness. We just commune and connect with that, and through revelatory awareness, it comes into being. Sometimes we have to go through the transmitory experience of healing to reveal the good, and other times we're just expanding from glory to greater glory. But we'll get into that in just a moment as we move into our new month and our new theme, which is seeking and embracing what is good. That's what we want to do in this human experience. You want to just set a trajectory of seeking and finding good all the time. No matter where you go, no matter what you're doing, you're going to allow yourself to seek and find good. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
All right. We've got an agreement. We're going to go into the topic in just a moment. But before we do, I just want to see, is there anybody who's here for the very first time in person? Anybody here? Okay, if you're here for the first time, I'm just going to invite you. Don't worry. All we're going to do is, if you wouldn't mind standing, and if you're streaming for the first time, you'll stand. But if you come in person, you'll stand once you come here in person. And all we're going to do is ask you to receive being blessed. That's it. You don't have to do anything except receive. That means you're going to open your heart and just receive this blessing. We'll take care of the rest. We extend our heart and our hands and our prayers, and we offer this blessing. Welcome to Soul Center.
Welcome to Soul Center.
We know who you truly are.
We know who you truly are.
You are a divine emanation of angelic brilliance.
You are a divine emanation of angelic brilliance.
You came here to bless,
You came here to bless,
to receive blessings,
receive blessings,
to circulate blessings,
circulate blessings.
and we are grateful for you.
We are grateful for you.
We thank God for you.
Thank God.
Welcome to Soul Center.
Welcome to Soul Center.
You may be seated. It is so good to move into a divinely receptive state of being. You wouldn't believe that some people reject their good. We reject our good oftentimes subconsciously because we're unaware that within the subconscious of our cellular memory, we develop these patterns of hurt, that result in us deflecting our good. And part of the transmutation experience on planet Earth is to let go of resistance and open to an insistence of ever-expanding good. And as we look at the topic for today, which is taking things at grace value. You've all heard of the saying, taking things at face value. Right. Taking things at face value generally implies a myopic viewpoint of a certain situation where you can't see beyond into a greater experience of good. When you take things at grace value, you open to the vibration of the divine, of the sublime, of creation, of your true self. Let's have an agreement. All of us, love streamers, those of you here live in person, we're going to allow ourselves to benevolently, elegantly, brilliantly, and beautifully embrace the part of our divine beingness and give it room to thrive through your divine sensorium. Your divine sensorium takes you from the five senses of seeing, hearing, knowing, smelling, tasting. It takes you into a place of a greater awareness where you get to see with divine eyes, hear with divine ears, have a holy cognizance we call inspiration or providence that guides and directs and uplifts and connects you to a greater good than you could possibly imagine. Now, there are basically two things that are going on in life. There's things where we're coming across challenges that are going to ask us to grow. They're going to ask us to give up resistance, and they're going to ask us to give up judgment. And then there are just opportunities of expanding good. And expanding good is just allowing whatever grateful magnificence is going on right now, we're going to allow it to become greater and grander. Not from the egoic standpoint of more, me, but from the humble standpoint of what is the divine seeking to express to and through and as my beingness? Grace is one of those things that brings forward goodwill and elegance. That elegance and that goodwill shows up as a sincerity and a purity when we surrender to grace. Grace is one of the key ingredients to healing and transmutation. So alchemy, healing, transmutation, healing, whether I'm healing something in my body temple, my emotional body, or my mental body, always remembering that any healing that is going to take place, we are going to allow it all the way to the core of our beingness, which means the mental body is going to bring forward a revelation of truth. As we're moving through this space-time continuum, as we're allowing ourselves to increase good in our human endeavor, it's really helpful to remember that meditation is the portal that opens, it thins the veil so that your surface mind can acquiesce to the higher mind. When we speak of truth, capital T, truth, that truth is the benevolent expression of good that applies to ourselves personally and everything and everyone in your life. I want you to imagine for a moment every choice, every thought, every decision that you make is for the good of everyone in your life. Yourself, your family members, your friends, every choice you make, no matter where you go. Where are we going out to eat? Oh my God, it's amazing. Where are we going on an adventure? Oh my God, it's amazing. What are we going to talk about? Everything, every choice you ever make is grand and glorious and only begets good, as opposed to you say something to someone, you've made a rash judgment about something, and then all of a sudden you end up in a little bit of a quarrel over a disagreement of something. But imagine there's such a clarity that overwhelms you that you can go deeper and really understand what's going on. The meditation practices that we use to go deeper are a reflective meditation. Reflective meditations allow you to reflect over either a divine idea or reflect over things that have already transpired. Most people think that the past is the past. What's done is done. Yes, don't cry over spilt milk. That's just the way it is. But the space-time continuum doesn't work that way. If you don't transform, transmute, and purify energy of the moment, so if I have an argument and I blame and shame someone and I make them wrong and bad and I have judgments of that imprints within my cellular memory and my subconscious, and then I start pulling the past with me everywhere I go into the present and into the future, and it affects all of that. But if you clean it, by reflecting, I reflect back and I allow myself to go deeper into a compassionate awareness through grace that purifies and cleanses the energy, then you begin to understand what it means to be in the presence moment. A lot of people say, be in the present moment. And being in the present moment often refers to being present to what's going on in the temporal world, which can still leave you in a myopic viewpoint. But to be in the presence moment means I've opened up to an expanded awareness of absolute truth, of the greater good for everything. So we're all going to agree that we're going to allow ourselves to be in the presence moment. So as we reflect and we start to clean up erroneous ideas, erroneous beliefs of trauma. All of that ends up in the trauma body, or as Eckhart Tolle would call it, the pain body, or as Carl Jung would call it, the subconscious. All of that gets to come up for cleansing and purification. And then we start to move into what we call inquisitive meditation, like visioning, where you start to inquire about things. You come into that childlike awareness. We're like, oh, remember when kids were always like, well, what is that? And why is that? And what is that? You start to become inquisitive, and you start to ask things, and you start to say things like, show me what it's like. Show me what it's like to be filled to overflowing with your wisdom. Fill my heart with your love, my mind with your wisdom, and my body with your light. I want to know what that's like. You want to ask those kinds of questions. They're an evocation. You're evoking something so that your human mind can have a greater awareness. What ends up happening is the human mind, or what we call the surface mind, that consciousness from the ego, starts to let go and merge with your higher mind. When you're in higher mind consciousness, you're in presence consciousness, and then you move into a third level of meditation, transformational meditation. That's where you evoke particular frequencies. You call forward the eternal energies. You would call forward wisdom via clarity, via providence, to illuminate your ways. So I know that all seems maybe a little bit abstract. In Scripture, there's a story in the Christian Bible where Jesus is walking with his students down the road. And back in those days in Roman times, so remember, the Roman Empire was ruling over the whole entire region. And so he's walking with his students. And if a soldier from the Roman Empire was walking down the road, the law stipulated that you could ask anybody any passersby to carry your belongings. You could give them your helmet, you could give them your sword, you can give them anything that you were carrying, your baggage that was heavy, and you can have them carry it for up to 1 mile. That's what the Roman law said. You can ask anybody to do it. They have to drop whatever they're doing and carry your stuff for 1 mile, and then after that they're done. And so in this particular journey, all the students and some other people that were following Jesus the Christ, who is one of the master teachers. So he is walking down the road with all of these people, and the soldiers come along and say, hey, we're going to invoke that you have to carry our stuff for 1 mile, which would mean you have to drop your own belongings on the side of the road because it was too much to carry. You have to walk 1 mile with their stuff, come back 1 mile to get your stuff, and then you can continue on your journey. But the good news is it's only for about 1 mile. So as they were doing it, to invoke the principle of going beyond face value. Imagine you're walking down the road. Maybe, let's say you're at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods or wherever you are, and somebody's like, hey, I need you to follow me for 1 mile, and you're just going to walk behind me and you're going to carry all my stuff. You'd be like, oh, whatever. And maybe we might have some judgment like, yeah, okay, crazy person. And oh, yeah, right, like I'm going to do that for you. And you start maybe unbeknownst to yourself, you might have a little bit of oppositional energy, like they're crazy, they're wacko, and whatever other judgments might come along with it. So as they got to the mile, and the soldiers were going by the rule of law, and they said, okay, you can put down your stuff. And this is where that phrase, go the extra mile, comes from. Jesus said, no. They said, we have another mile to go. He asked them how much further they had to go. And he said, all right, troops, let's just keep going. on, let's get them to the finish line. And what that did was it went from face value to grace value, because he put aside the judgments of being taken advantage of, or being used, or being degraded, and said, I'm going to be there for you, even if you're trying to exploit me. And so all of the disciples were like all pissed off and like, what are you talking about? We're going to have to walk another mile with this stuff? That means we're going to have to go back 2 miles to get our stuff. So they do it anyway, and as they're doing it, you could feel the grace starting to fill the air. The air is being filled with grace because they're letting go of the temporal constructs, and they're saying, which this is kind of the embodiment of praying for your enemy. Pray for thy neighbor, pray for thy enemy, because there is no enemy in the divine. And when you can start to crack down the energies of separation, thinking there's a they and an us, that's when you start to feel grace. So, personally, years ago, I was pulling in, coincidentally, Trader Joe's. I'm pulling into Trader Joe's, and there's a car. I'm signaling to pull make a right turn into a parking space. And the car starts to pull out, and there's another car that pulls up. Now, I was there first, and so of course I'm right. And the car's coming in, but he doesn't see me because the car's pulling out, and he thinks that it's going to be his space. And unbeknownst to me, because I can't see the signal, he's signaling to take my space. So then as the car pulls out and it becomes open, which is a little easier for me to get in there first, I swoop in. He thinks that I've swooped and taken his space. And so he actually gets out of his car, comes over to my car, and starts yelling at me. That was my space, I was here first, da 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 da. Now in my recollection, I'm thinking I was there first. There wasn't even a car on the other side of this. But I was feeling like that presence of grace. And I said, you know what, you're right, okay. And I just backed out, and I gave him the space. He got back in his car, and he took the space, and off off we went. And so one of the things that happened was, as we were in the grocery store, because, that was awkward, we're going into Trader Joe's, and we're going to see each other walking around. And he's walking around, and I could tell at first he was kind of trying to avoid me. Like, well, if I'm going this way, he's going to go to the other side of the store. And eventually, I just kept trying to make eye contact with him. And he finally, I could tell, he was kind of like, didn't have really any trajectory in the store. He was just kind of lost because I gave it to him. And so then he came up to me and he just said, I'm really sorry. I was having a bad day. And you were there first. And I just wanted to apologize. And I was like, kind of blown away. And I was like, I go, no problem. And I just, we actually gave each other a hug, and it was a beautiful experience. And it was because I didn't need to be right, that it was my parking space. And the best part of it all was, I sometimes tell you some of these wonderful things I do. That night, as I was doing a reflective meditation, it took me back to when I was 16 years old. I was really happy. My dad, I was fortunate enough for my dad to get me a car. He got me in my car 2 weeks before my 16th birthday, and I just sat there looking at it for 2 weeks. But anyway, when I did get it, I was just driving everywhere, and I did not realize, but I lived kind of a sheltered life. I didn't really know the ways of the world, and I guess I lived a little bit in a way that was maybe a little entitled. And so one day I was out with some friends, and we were going out shopping, whatever it was, and I needed to get gas, and there was a gas station that was kind of on this kind of triangular median, and there was a guy in a big, huge pickup truck, big, burly guy, and I pulled in, and I swooped in, and I pulled up to the last space that was available to pump gas, and I cut him off. So I was guilty of being charged. And I was just smug and whatever, and just thinking, it's all about me, and I'm just going to do whatever. And he came over, and he belted me across the face. He was livid. He's like, did you know you? I was like, well, like whatever. And then he belted me, and I was stunned. After that, I kind of just recoiled and thought, well, I'm never going to do that again. But I didn't reflect. I didn't go back and clean up the energy. And so that incident that happened at Trader Joe's brought that up in my reflective meditation, and I got to clean up the energy from when I was 16 years old. And the liberation that comes from that when you start to feel the grace overwhelm you, where you are not going to be held imprisoned by other people's judgments, and you are going to stand in a grace, in a compassion, and a love, no matter what they're doing. Now, again, we're not following this by the letter of the law. Okay, now the letter of the law is just be kind, be compassionate, be loving, transcend, go into from a myopic to a grand, wide view vision of what's going on, and be able to understand as you're reflecting, you're going to start to feel what's going on. Whatever victimization energy that's going on in your energy field, if you give it room, you're probably not going to believe this, but the human desire to avoid difficulties is what keeps us imprisoned. And yeah, most of us is like, oh, avoidance, 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 I'm just going to go over here. But to confront the difficulties is what will set you free. To confront the difficulties and allow grace. Allow yourself to be like, oh yes, I thought I was right. And you don't have to be wrong. You just have to be illuminated. Just have to be inspired. Just have to be liberated. Because the thing that is creating the turmoil around the globe is people taking sides and nobody remembering. And that, as Gandhi said, an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. And we're here to not keep poking each other's eyes out. We're here to uplift no matter what. It's hard sometimes. It was hard. But I couldn't even do it back when I was 16 because I was completely asleep and walking amongst the sleepwalkers. But if we allow ourselves to know that what holds us in strife is not processing. You have to process the energy. When you process the energy, that means you have to take a little time to do it. Most of us don't want to process the energy. We don't want to do a reflective meditation. We don't want to do a meditation of transformative transmutation by evoking. We don't want to do a reflective meditation. But I can tell you, the quality of your life, which is what you are seeking to improve right now, every single one of us, whether you know it or not, is seeking to improve the quality of your life. I know that if you look around out into the world of effects, whether you're watching the news or, heaven forbid, you're on social media reading all kinds of erroneous posts and just opinions that are just mind-boggling sometimes. So much that is not based in the absolute truth. And we won't even get into the fact that it's based in lowercase t truth. Lowercase t truth means something's factual. Capital T truth means it's actual. And what actual means is that it's the absolute truth that nothing is formed against me and everything is for me. That really takes getting used to, especially if you're going through a challenge in life. Maybe there's a physical challenge. Maybe there's a relationship challenge. Maybe there's a financial challenge. All of it is going to ask you to surrender. And when you surrender, when you move into reflection, which means automatically all of these meditations are going to evoke the presence of the divine. We're communing with the divine, communing with yourself, actually. Because in our community, we don't think of a God that is outside of us. There's not a man with a beard in the clouds that may or may not grant you whatever it is you're looking for. There's no God that judges. Judgment is a human experience because judgment is rooted in duality. God is rooted in singularity, the absolute. There can be no opposition in the divine, and judgment is oppositional. It supposes that something is bad and wrong, and you can't put energy into bad and wrong. The divine is singular, and when you move into singularity of your own beingness, you can allow the transmutation, the transformation, and that which we might call from the human perspective, redemption to come forward. And that redemptive energy through forgiveness, should you choose to allow it to be, will bring forward the processing. And the processing will be the transmutation. It'll be that which liberates you and sets you free. I always like to remind people, because, what is it that keeps people from moving forward is the human desire to avoid difficulties. So let's transmute that. Let's transmute it and say, you know what? There is no difficulty in the divine, so I am going to allow myself to let go of this idea that it's going to be difficult for forgiveness to take place. I'm going to let go of the idea that it's going to be difficult to move into a higher sense of prosperity. I'm going to let go of the idea that it's difficult to go into a place of self-worth that allows me to really see myself in a humble state of divine awareness, where you know yourself and see yourself and love yourself as the divine knows, loves, and sees you. So we're all going to agree to do this, yes?
Yes.
And we're going to understand from the story in Scripture that says, and whoever compels you to go 1 mile, give them 2. Give them 2 miles. Oh, when you are humbled, I will tell you, the first time I ever got humbled, which actually happened before that incident at Trader Joe's, the first time I ever got humbled where somebody was yelling at me and making me all wrong about something, and I was like, you know what, I don't need to be right about not being wrong. I'm just going to be a loving presence. And I was a loving presence, and again, it happened again, where they were disarmed and became their loving presence. When that happens, there's a joy that will rise up in you where you'll be like, oh my God, it's better than any, pharmaceutical, it's better than any plant drug, it's better than whatever you can imagine. It is so magnificent. So we're all going to agree that we're going to allow ourselves to go deeper and higher into the rejuvenating, revelatory experiences of grace and allowing things to expand at grace value. Yes?
Yes.
All right, cool. That was pretty good. We're going to let go of playing victimization ping pong, because if you've ever noticed, this is the dynamic. The guy pulls up and parks, and then I'm thinking like, well, he's getting mad at me because that was my space, and so then I'm a victim because he's yelling at me, and then I'm going to say, no, you're crazy, and then we're just going to play ping pong being the victim, and then we're just going to go further on down the rabbit hole, and then if I hadn't resolved it that day, all that would have done was, it would have left a sting that would have subsided down. It becomes dormant in your cellular memory, that sting of feeling victimized. And then all of a sudden, something vaguely familiar that vaguely resembles that experience. I just see a guy driving the same kind of car that he was driving, and I'm going to feel anxiety flowing through the adrenaline's going to start to rush my body tempo because of that car reminds me of that experience, and I'm not even going to know why. I don't know why I feel so weird right now. But if I were to reflect, if I were to be inquisitive, if I were to go into transmutation, I could heal that. And then it's like, the freedom that arises from this. So we're all going to agree that we're going to go deeper in our meditation practice than ever before. We're going to go deeper in our prayer practice than ever before. We're going to allow ourselves to be intentional beings until we reach the point. This is the beauty. If, let's just say, for sake of argument, you had 10 issues. That's it, 10 issues. If you have 10 issues, let's say, and you allow them, let's say you have a fear of heights, let's say you have a fear of tight spaces, crowds, maybe you have some unworthiness, maybe you've got a relationship issue, some unforgiveness going on. You got 10 issues. As you're bringing those forward like a ball and chain into the future, which really puts a drag on your energy field, and it feels, and as we get older, if you want to get a spiritual facelift, if you want to have anti-aging in your circulatory system, then you're going to allow yourself to use these because they will free up the energy. All of those energies that compound within your cellular memory put a drag on it, and then you start to become a little cynical, you become a little pessimistic, you become rooted in the reality that that's just the way people are. They're just rude and nasty and whatever that may be. We don't want to bring that into the future. So if you had 10, when you heal one of those issues, and now you have 9, you're going to feel a lot lighter. You heal another one, and all of a sudden, when you're done, when you've healed all 10 issues, You're no longer going to need to intend anymore. You're going to live from the isness of your beingness, where it's a ceaseless state of holy awareness, where you have what I talked about at the very beginning of this talk, where you're just always making the right decisions in the right way because there are no filters that are blocking out the truth. And you're allowing yourself to be free, being in the world but not of the world. So we're all just going to agree, and we're going to let it be fun. We're going to let it be joy-filled and joyous. We're going to allow ourselves to not avoid those things. We're just going to let it be a really beautiful time to just reflect. And I promise you, if you reflect, go, because 99% of the time when you're having a reaction to a current situation, it has very little to do with the current situation. What it has to do with is I'm bringing every one of the 100 situations that came before this moment, and it's amplifying on this situation, and it's making it seem bigger than it was. Just like the gentleman at Trader Joe's. He had amplified it to something so much bigger than when it was. And the beauty is I got to feel free and liberated, and I also got to see the liberation because he was seeking to be heard and seen and loved, and he got it. He got it. So if you can be for someone else what they need at the moment they need it, it is one of the most glorious experiences you will ever have on planet Earth. So I'm going to charge you this week. You're going to go out and you're going to do something above and beyond. You're going to crack the energy. You're going to allow yourself to not need to be right about being right and not need to be right about being wrong. You're just going to be right about being inspired and being kind and good and being the presence and go the extra mile and allow yourself to really experience. This is whenever you do a spirit quest, whenever you go to spiritual retreats and workshops and things of that nature, no matter what the lineage is, they're always going to have you confront the stuff. Confront it so you can transmute it and be liberated and free. So no longer are we going to avoid. No longer are we going to avoid our difficulties or don't look at, as I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, that children's book where Grover's like, don't turn the page because there's the monster at the back of the book. And the monster was him. And it's like, those were our issues. And so we're going to allow ourselves to grow, heal, and expand benevolently, gloriously, brilliantly, and beautifully. Yes?
Yes.
All right. Well, I think that was pretty easy. I think we're all in agreement. We're all going to reflect. We're all going to inquire. We're all going to transmute. We're all going to let it be good and fun. All right, we're going to go into prayer. Oh, how grateful I am to just open my heart, my body, my emotions, my mind, right here, right now, each and every one of us, opening to the grand and glorious divinity back of all life. We know that which we call God, whether we call it Dios, Hoda, Allah, Elohim, Adonai, the Great One, the Creator, the universe, no matter what we call, however we identify with the great and grand and glorious bliss, the omniscient wisdom back of all life, the omni-active, flowing, going life force that is right now. It allows us to move our arms and wiggle our toes and breathe our breath and think with our minds and hear with our ears and see with our eyes. We attune and align to our divine nature. Our divine nature is an eternal angelic radiance and resplendence, and we are going to allow that to rise and shine, that we live from the wholeness and the allness of an unencumbered way of being. We move into singularity, each and every one of us, already coded and loaded, already gifted with the holy presence that allows you to feel, see, hear, know the absolute truth. We open to this knowing that what it means to be formed and fashioned in the image and likeness of God, and we allow it all to be good, and we allow it all to be now, benevolently, retroactively, proactively, immediately, and immaculately. We agree to allow it to be good, and so and now, in agreement, signing on the spiritual dotted line, we say, and so, and let it be.
And so I believe.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Amen. 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 Ashe. Aho. Mahalo. Shalom. Hotep. Hallelujah. All right. And at this point, well, I know we have a birthday girl sitting in the back row, Colleen. And we have a birthday boy, Naveed, also in the back row. So happy birthday to our August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd birthdays. We're so grateful for all of you. I know that there's going to be a little celebration out by the refreshments. Also remembering today is Visioning, Soul Center Visioning. So if you want to participate in the Visioning after service at 12 noon, we're going to be meeting in the conference room. We're just going to do a meditation about our center and about our individual lives. Visioning is where you just sit and observe. I'll be guiding it, so if you want to join that. And Love Streamers, today is First Sunday, so that means individual prayer in the Zoom room for our Love Streamers. You can go to soulcenteroc.com to get the Zoom room link, and you'll be able to pray with a licensed agape prayer, a licensed spiritual agape practitioner or a prayer chaplain. We appreciate all that. I'm going to invite the ushers to come forward at this point as we move into our conscious time of giving. And if you would like to make a contribution or make a donation or invest in our community, these are our glorious ushers. And the information is going to come up on the screen of the ways you can donate to our community. If you feel compelled to use cash or checks, these are the people that are going to circulate the baskets. If you see somebody putting one of these in the basket, it's not because they just think you need a little butterfly today. It means they're on our auto tithe program and they automatically are tithing on a regular basis. That's why they're doing that. These are the different ways you can donate and contribute to our community. Love Streamers, we appreciate all of your contributions as well. And as the ushers go forward, I'm going to invite Arne back up.
Thank you. I will trust in you and know that you are with me. I'll confide in you, 'cause you're the only answer that matters. Even in the darkness, you will be my light. Even when I'm hopeless, you will be my guide. I will need not be shaken, I will not be moved. Even in the chaos, I know you are good. You're the keeper, protector. It is you that holds us together when everything else fails us. It is you that holds us together. Oh, I will trust in your thoughts and your plans about me. They are good. I will wait on you. I know that you will see me through. Even in the darkness, you will be my light. Even when I'm hopeless, you will be my guide. I will not be shaken, I will not be moved.
and the rendition was amazing. Oh, all right, I'm going to invite the ushers to come forward. And I'm going to invite you to join me as we just bless the offering. Just another opportunity to pour forward blessings. The way we do it here in our community is we just outstretch the palms of our hands, an extension of our heart and prayers, and we just take a moment as I will speak the blessing. Oh, just grateful to take this moment to know that there is a ceaseless supply of ever-expanding good that the universe has never withheld. God has never withheld anything. Not oxygen, not resources, not nurturance, not supply. The universe is always flowing and glowing as ever-expanding good. That good is love beyond our wildest dreams. It has never withheld anything. We open to the free-flowing, glowing, and the knowing of circulation. And we remember the truth that as we, formed and fashioned, glistening in the image and likeness of the divine, it is our job to be the receivers of the blessings and the bestowers of the blessings. We bless this offering knowing that not one of us here has put forward a finite amount, that anything that we have put into circulation returns to us multiplied, for the law of circulation dictates it so. We bless this offering knowing it is good and that every single one of us individually and collectively continues to thrive. We let it be good and so in deep and abiding gratitude by saying Amen. Amen. Thank you, ushers. And the children's community is going to be coming in to share what they were doing today. They're going to come up on the stage.
About how we are all teachers. We all have wisdom inside of us, not just the adults, but everyone from the tiny little babies, all have wisdom of God in us. And not only that, but we can always keep learning. We're never done learning, right? So I'm going to pass the microphone around. Who would like to share something from today's lesson?
I learned that you could teach anybody that you want to teach when you could teach for other people.
Yes! Yes! Anybody else? If you want to share something that you liked about the lesson, your favorite part. We played games, we watched videos, we sang songs.
My favorite part of today's lesson was the video. You can write Sophie knows.
Okay.
It's on your hands. I love drawing a kitty cat.
Gavin, you want to turn?
I know the dog.
All right, everyone, thank you so much. We're going to stand together and sing the peace song now. The words are going to come up on the screen. Please join in.
Feel free to sing along.
All
something wonderful has been activated, awakened. The great truth, the great remembering of knowing that the divine indwelling presence is alive in our bones and beingness. We return home right now. So grateful to know that, yes, we are allowing benevolence, brilliance, elegance, beauty, grace to fill and thrill our bones and beingness. We move forward expanded, ever expanding good, taking us from glory to greater glory. Grace in any challenges. We let it all be good and now and so by saying, so be it. Amen. All right, Soul Center. Upstreamers, we'll see you on the daily affirmative prayer call tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. And don't forget, if you want private, confidential prayer, come up to the God.